All right, guys, we are here once more, and we have one new independent artist. This is all about rock, and I love rock, you know that. So I have to say that I was listening for Call Me, that's his new single, and I know he's calling me now. We are going to
Yep.
have this interview. So how are you, Eric?
Doing
And
all
where
right,
you,
man.
where you are right now?
I'm in Portland, Oregon. It's an actually nice sunny day today. It's been rainy all, it rains here about 90% of the year. And so right now it's a little sunny. It's election day, so it's going to get a little crazy out there. Everyone's out there voting and, for new governors and
Right.
congressmen and senators
Oh yeah, that's true. So, oh no.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
more important talking about music
Yes.
and especially
Music.
rock. Let's forget about politics. So,
Yes.
I can see you have a great scenario. It's
Mm,
good. I love it. It's all about rock.
thanks.
I can
Yep.
see Iron Maiden, something like
Iron
that.
Maiden.
And
That's a
there is
bath.
also, oh, that's good. And there is
Yep.
it's a collection of stuff, right?
Yeah, and Ghost, Kiss, yeah, Spawn, action figure. I collect that. I love comic books. I love,
The classic
everything.
ones too. This
Yeah,
guy, he knows
yeah,
what he's talking about.
yeah, man.
So
I read my Spawn, my Spider Man, but then I also have, I just love music. I have a big record collection and CD collection, and now I'm
amazing.
on the cassettes now because cassettes are coming back.
But you also have a collection of dolls, toys.
Yeah, yeah, like action figures. There's some Iron Maiden back there. Probably hard to see, but yeah, and Cliff Burton from Metallica got his little action figure.
That's
Collect,
good. That's
you know,
I like it. So
thank you.
what are we talking about? Is it like metal rock, soft
Um,
pop
so
rock?
my roots are metal. I've always in high school. I grew up in I was in high school when it was 84, 85, 86. The gist of like metal when it was on the charts, like Dee Snider with Twisted Sister, Wasp, Motley Crue, all of those bands, and then as I got a little more into my musicianship, I got more into alternative stuff like The Cure and Bauhaus and the more gothic stuff. And the London Suede is a big influence of mine when I discovered them in the early '90s. So some days I'm writing a riff that's real metal, and then other days I'm writing a riff that's more kind of alternative, more rock kind of sounding, more goth. But my musical taste is all about melody, and it's all about whatever goes through these ears and resonates well with me. Then that's what I like. I don't judge music by who's making it or what it is or what the lyrics are, whatever it is. It's if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not.
That's the right attitude. There
Yeah,
is
yeah,
no right place, right
exactly.
scenario. There is no right age, right music genre. It's
Yep,
it's free to use our creative,
exactly. And that's how it
and
should always be. Yeah.
that's why we love music because we are free. We
Yes.
have some freedom, and
Hmm.
we in life after we get adult, we don't have freedom for do a lot of things. Then we
Exactly.
find it on music, and I can
Hmm.
say that you are a very free guy because are you wearing some makeup like Rockstar?
Yeah. 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 I used to, if you saw my older days back in my former band Willow Wisp, we had the full on gothic makeup. I mean, with the, like
Gothic.
Marilyn
I
Manson style,
love Gothic. I
yeah,
love it.
I used to have the high eyebrows and the black lipstick. And every now and then I might put that on every now and then just to have fun.
Okay,
Um,
okay, weird question. How old are you? How old are you?
I am 54 going on 18.
Man, I just love you because you are exactly what I'm talking about. And I talk
Yeah.
about
Thank
this
you.
with a lot of people and also the younger generation because I'm 39.
Mhm. Yeah.
So some people are not starting their careers because they don't have likes or followers. Some
Yeah.
young people, they are killing themselves because they don't have likes or followers on social
Followers.
networks. We have to talk about this. And
Yeah.
now I have you as a
Mhm.
amazing reference. You are 54 and you are
Yeah.
rocking, you are doing your music, you are
Yep.
releasing your
Yep.
songs independently with
Hmm.
freedom and keep going. And you
Exactly.
told me that you were in some bands before, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I was in
Very
one band.
successful bands and are still releasing independently.
Yeah, so when I was in Willow Wisp, we did the whole Hollywood thing. We moved to Hollywood. We played the Strip, the Whiskey, the Roxy, all the big clubs, and played that circuit. And even got signed to an independent record label. And had Phil Lewis of LA Guns produce our first album. So we I've been in the game back in the day when we didn't have to worry about likes and streams. What back then we had to like send off packages and try to get signed to a record label, or we had to like be at Kinko's all night at a copy place and cut and paste flyers together so we could hand them out. Whereas now it's like I look at it like if people are chasing likes and follows and stuff like that, just for their music, then they're not really doing it the right way. You just got to just love doing music, and people are going to like it or not. And just you got to first of all you got to love it, because you're not going to make a lot of money on it. Like if I have like 50,000 streams on one song, that's like $10. It's like,
Oh my God!
but here's what I look at it like. But I look at it like this: it's like, well, that's 50,000 people listening to it, and if they liking it, that's cool with me. If you've touched somebody, just even one person with your song, you've already made it. What else you need?
Yeah, the most important is when you are doing what you love, you
Mhm.
attract the right audience. You don't have to do too much because you are
Yeah,
being authentic, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I believe on this thing, and I always talk about that with the people I'm interviewing around the world because
yeah,
many of them are going to the pop area, and pop
yeah,
is almost music from that you can do on microwave. You put and it's ready.
yeah,
When
exactly.
you talk about mixing pop with different music genres, also rock, and
Yeah,
then we are talking about something better than what we see, that everybody's producing the same thing. So
yeah,
when you do a mix, you optimize, you do something original with
yeah.
what we already have,
That,
optimizing what we already have, and this is good, and that's what you are doing. Actually,
that's
is
what I'm.
it a
Yeah,
cover? This song is a cover, right?
yeah, it's a cover. That's what I tried to do with this one. I'm using drums that are programmed or whatever, but all the instruments are real. Like, I know some people will use loops and samples of guitars or they'll use like the VST amps. No, what I do, I just mic my amp. I just have a very small little studio space to do it in, and I just have Soundtrap that I use to record my tracks.
So
And I just try to get the best sound I can. I'm not a producer. My brother normally produces my other music, but he moved to Vegas and he had a nice big studio, but he moved to Las
come on,
Vegas.
brother, come
Yeah.
on, you
So
have
he
to
said,
come
well, you
back.
got to move to Vegas with me. And I'm like, well, I can't leave my career. Like, I'm an alcohol and drug counselor and I can't just pick up and go,
But Eric, I'm producing some songs with people from the USA and also Australia at the same time, and Brazil.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can do remotely.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
don't.
I gotta figure out how to do that. Like, I gotta send files, right? That's where my 54 age comes in, is learning how to do that, where you can
Oh,
send
come
files
on!
and
I'm gonna teach you.
you're
Just
gonna teach me.
I
I
mean,
need that. I need
I'm.
that.
You have my email. You
Yes.
just send us any kind of questions, and we are going to give you some tips. All right?
Oh,
Anything you want
yeah. Yeah, that'd
about
be awesome.
how
That'd
to
be awesome.
upload the tracks, etc., etc. And look, I have people recording at home, like home studio, with a
Mhm.
microphone like this one,
Yeah, yeah.
recording their voice, sending to the producer in Australia, and then
Uh-huh.
to mix and master in Brazil. Can you
Oh,
imagine?
cool. Yeah, yeah. And that's how, like, I noticed a lot of people are doing that. And, I've been hit up by people like, hey, let's collaborate. And I go, well, I'm using Soundtrap right now because I don't know how to use the Reaper's,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
the Reaper software. So Soundtrap to me is very user friendly, even though it's like, but I think when I save those files, I have to save them as an MP3 or whatever, and then send each one separately. So that's what kind of makes it a little bit more tedious by using Soundtrap as a recording studio, But
Oh
I
yeah.
just, yeah, with my job as being an alcohol and drug counselor, a lot of my days taken up with doing paperwork and things. So I really don't have a whole lot of time to delve into
Wait,
like
wait,
the
wait, wait, wait,
homework
wait.
of.
Make a pause here, because what's your job?
Oh, so my career, my other career other than music is an alcohol and
Exactly.
drug counselor because I battled addiction myself for many years. I was addicted to alcohol and methamphetamines for about 20 years while
Can
I
we
was doing.
can we talk about this?
Yeah,
I
yeah, exactly. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
tell
I'm
me
very,
more about this. So you had some problems with drug addiction, and
yeah,
then you just could find a solution for your struggling, and
yeah, it was,
then you became like recovered,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
I'm almost
sober
11
for many
years.
years.
Yeah, I'm almost 11 years sober. On December 23rd, I'll be 11 years sober.
11 years. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And now you are a counselor.
Yeah, McCown's. Yeah, I became one in 2018. I started in 2016, but I got certified in 2018. What happened was in the 90s when I was living in Hollywood with my band, I just got wrapped up in the party scene. I was, after a show, we'd go to a party and there's cocaine, there's beer, there's fucking girls and everything else. And, and instead of going home and working on my music, I was going to the parties and I just got so addicted that the band was like, well, we can't work with you anymore. So they kicked me out of the band in 2007. And it was my own band, a band that I formed with my drummer. They just couldn't handle me anymore. So then I
Oh
just kind
my
of start.
God, they took him
Yeah.
out of the band.
Yeah. They say, you're going to be
And
benched.
he's all banned.
In my old band, I got benched. And, so
Oh
then
my.
I went downhill after that. And then around 2011 is when I was homeless in Van Nuys, California. And I was just like, I called my brother who was living up here in Portland. And I said, dude, if I don't get out of LA right now, I'm going to either be dead in a week or I'm going to be on Skid Row or I'm going to be in jail. If you can just help me. And so he flew me up here to Portland and threw me into outpatient rehab and gave me a job working for him. And I slipped a few times in the beginning. I relapsed a couple of times, but he stuck with me. And then I finally just got it. And then I've been sober ever since.
That's amazing. I just love
Yeah.
it. I know it's it's
Mhm.
from a side, it's
Yeah.
sad history.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking to you and see you so alive, so full of energy,
Thank you.
and also helping others, because
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really believe I was talking about this with he's a singer from the USA as well. I don't remember
Yeah.
the state, but
Mm-hmm.
he was telling me he had some problems with drugs too, and I was telling him about this. I believe
Mm-hmm.
that we when we do something, we recover, we have some lessons. We take that as a lesson in life,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
also inspire others. There is
Yep.
no mistakes in the past.
Exactly. Yeah. I
You
always tell
are
my
meant
clients, I
you
tell my
are
clients, we make mistakes, but you turn them into life lessons, and
exactly.
if you could turn it into a life lesson, then you make less mistakes, because you're going to move through life. You're going to always have problems in life. You're always going to have high bills, whatever's going on with the world right now. You're going to have depression, but your sobriety is your foundation. Your sobriety is what's going to help you rebuild if you do fall down again. And you need to get that sobriety in check every day that you wake up. You just got to give yourself that little bit of a pep talk in the morning. Hey, how am I feeling? Today's going to be a good day, and if it sucks, I'm going to just go to bed sober no matter what. And
Man, you are
that's always been my outlook.
Eric is not only rock, he's full of content, guys. This guy is
Yes.
like he's special.
Well, it helps. I have a podcast I do weekly with my brother called Gen X Brothers, and so we touch base on a lot of stuff like that and what's going on in the world, and talk music, mostly a lot of music talk and movie
That's
reviews.
great.
And we've been
I
doing that.
just
So
love it.
thank you.
Superpop.tv, it goes to Roku, TV streaming,
Yeah, I was
right?
going to ask you about
But
that. Like, where all does it go to?
yeah,
So
it's
Roku TV.
our focus is more TV streaming services like Roku,
Cool.
Amazon Fire, Apple TV, etc.
Nice.
But it
Okay.
goes to YouTube too. It's not
Yeah.
our focus, but we have that TV channel
Yeah.
also. And we are going to write an article about your career, a little bit about your personal life too, include
Nice.
the interview and also your music.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
And I got Fire TV. I'll have to look. You have to give me the app, whatever the app name is on Fire TV.
All right. There is a lot of names because sometimes
I know, right? Yeah.
the easiest one is go to the smart TV and go to the YouTube app and you have our channel there.
Okay. Cool.
Superpop.tv is just type superpop.tv and you can find us.
Okay.
But
Cool.
anyway, let me know if Call Me is it's related to your experience of life or not.
I always say everything I do now is related to that because it was 2020 is when I decided to, when the pandemic hit I've always been writing music after I got out of the band and got into recovery and been doing counseling. I'm always writing music, but it was 2020 when I sat down and said, I'm going to start recording stuff. And, I put out a song called Belladonna, which seemed to do okay with a lot of people. And then Warmonger, which is a more metal song. And then I started a project called Death Cryptopia, which I'm still working on now with a full album. So I feel like I'm creating the best stuff I've ever created sober, as opposed to what I did back in the day. So Call Me is kind of an extension of that. I was sitting around watching that show, American Gigolo, that just came out on Showtime. And the theme song is the original song, Call Me from Blondie. And I just had it in my head, like, I wonder what that would sound like slowed down. It's in D minor. And so I grabbed my guitar and just kind of dinked around with it. And I said, you know what? This is kind of cool. I'm going to record it. And I just got lucky with the way the tones came in and just like, I kind of feel like, so when I'm writing, I kind of go into a zone where I kind of I block everything out and and I just let everything just come out the way it comes out. I don't plan anything. I know music theory, but I don't apply it to what I'm writing. Yngwie Malmsteen said it best: learn all the music theory you can, but then throw it out the window when you're writing a song, because you got to let the heart write the song. Don't let the brain write the song. Let the heart write it.
Yeah, that's the reason some people they use like drinking and wine, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Or some people use like mushrooms or anything.
Yeah.
Like in a different state of mind. I know you had problems with that. Don't do that, for God's sake.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
But anyway, if you drink a beer, it's not a problem.
Not a problem at all. Yeah,
or a wine, etc. So you
exactly.
go right.
Yep.
This path, you go right too. Don't worry. But I feel that a lot of songwriters, they had a kind of blockage during the pandemic because there was a lot of fear, and fear kills your creativity. You need to be in some way that you enjoy your life, and then you have inspiration, or you are very depressed and then you have the best lyrics.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. As long as you channel it in a creative way, you're gonna have the best something, whatever you're going through.
Fear doesn't work for creativity because you lose your mind. You have no time to create. You just keep thinking about what's gonna happen after the pandemic or next month, no lockdown, etc. So I understand what happened with a lot of artists, but now I can see that a lot of them are bringing great results because they had stuck during the pandemic, and now
it sort of woke me up. Say, you know what? I'm sitting home. Might as well freaking do something about it. Take advantage of what we have. Like, back in the day, like in order to get on any kind of like, say, if we had streaming services back then, you still would have to get a record label to get your music out there. Whereas now it's like, you can actually, I always say everybody and their grandma could be on Spotify or iTunes, but the difference is, your friends back home, they see you on iTunes and they think you hit the big time and they want to borrow money off you. And I'm thinking, well, I don't got no money from it.
we have you're talking about like the facility that it's easy to put your songs out there. So we have a platform that's pophits.co. This platform gives you the opportunity to put your songs out there in more than 150 music stores around the world.
Nice.
Free. I'm offering that services for free for our artists that are in need of some support right now. So I give that opportunity, and also we give the opportunity for artists who want to invite other artists and other producers to come together, and they have a 10% commission from that. This is a way that we found to put like everybody working and everybody earning something,
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a social constructive project. If you want to help with something, be part of it in some way, just you can release, like, even if you release one song, you are helping already, okay? Project. Or awesome. If you want to release all your songs or transfer your songs to the platform, you can do that too. You are free
awesome.
for that. And
that's awesome.
We don't charge for that, so it's just an opportunity to work in a different way than those ones that are available. I have a question now about Call Me and your portfolio. This is a cover. What can we expect about the rest of your portfolio for the audience that will be looking for you? But before that, let me know where we can find you. Social networks.
Mostly like Facebook, Eric Blood Music, Facebook / Eric Blood Music. My YouTube channel, original YouTube channel, used to be just Eric,
Let me just clarify. Some people are trying to search for that. R-I-K, right?
Yeah, AIRIK. Yeah. Okay. That Blood Music. There is no, and on the website, obviously, there's no dash in there. But if you do AIRIK Blood Music on Facebook.
So, guys, Facebook. Eric Blood Music, Spotify, Eric, right? SoundCloud, Eric hyphen IK, right? YouTube, Eric.
Yeah, YouTube is kind of tricky right now because I had to create a whole new YouTube channel because my original one got taken down due to some kind of. I had another channel that got some bunch of copyright strikes, and because my artist channel was linked to that email. YouTube took that channel down too. So I had to rebuild a whole new YouTube channel and,
Oh
rebuild,
God. Oh
yeah,
Jesus.
rebuild the
But it's
followers.
still
But
there.
it's
We can
okay.
find you there, right?
Yeah, if you put in this AIR-IK, you're gonna find me no matter
Right.
what. Even if you Google, I've Googled myself before. It's like, oh, that's cool. I'm on there.
Right.
I show up.
Instagram is Eric underline
Yeah,
official.
the official. Yep. That's me on
Great.
Instagram.
So I want to explore your Spotify now. This is Call Me, your single. So
Yep.
is there any EP or album coming?
Well, I'm working on the Death Cryptopia. That's been my main focus is my Death Cryptopia project, and I got a song called Sinister Mary that I'm working on. It's an original, and it's going to be more along the lines of The Cure, very gothic sounding. Because that project's a metal project. It started out to be a straight black metal project, but because my brain doesn't let me stick to just one genre, it ends up being a little bit more different. So,
Right.
uh,
So
even on Spotify, you can find Death Cryptopia even on Spotify, and we got two singles that we released last year. One called Furious and one called Death, and they're two different sounding songs. One's very black metal, and the other one's very industrial sounding.
oh, okay. So you have also these
Yes, yeah, I don't, yeah,
latest release as well.
yeah, and I wish I had more, but like I said, I'm kind of slow. Obviously with the day career and everything. I would love to put out a song every month if I could, but I'm a perfectionist, so it's like I feel like I'll have a song down and it's like,
No,
oh, that's just not right.
you
That's
have
not
to
right.
do
That's
the
not
way
right.
you love, the way you love. If you are loving doing this way, that's the way you have to do. Don't worry.
Exactly. Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
no rules
No.
here.
Yeah.
So
No pressure. No. Just you
exactly.
do it at your own pace. That's what I love about it.
And also you have two professional careers. You are running both of them at the same
Yeah.
time. It's like running
Yeah.
two businesses. And then
Yeah.
it's not easy for
Exactly.
to
And
keep going.
unfortunately, only one of them pays the bills, which is the alcohol and drug counseling. The music ain't paying the bills. It
Yeah.
used to back in the day, but
All right, but you are still
yeah,
there. So can I play Call Me Now?
yeah. Let's
Let's
check it
do
out.
it.
dial machine disconnected or is no longer in
Hmm.
service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again. Announcement 2, switch 3.
Damn, it's disconnected.
All right, that's interesting,
Yeah,
man.
I thought of that at the last minute. I thought, you know, I was picturing in my head this guy like running through the streets to get the call to call whoever, just tell him to call him. He finally gets to a phone, calls the number, disconnected. Ah, shit.
Oh my God, man, there is a context. You just mentioned
Yeah,
really
I was picturing,
interesting, and
and
this
I
is
was
a
picturing a
context.
yeah, and I was picturing a video. I would love to make a music video for this song because I could picture a music video in my head with
Let's
like a
do it. Why not?
let's do it, let's do it. If you know if you got a cast or whatever, you know,
Oh, come on, don't wait to have a just call your friends and do it
yeah.
with a
Uh,
camera. Do it with your mobile phone. Just
I guess the way I have
the
it
initial
pictured in my
idea.
head, I guess the way I have it pictured in my head, looking like a total movie. I don't know if I can capture that with just an iPhone and a
I
few
was
friends.
recording
I'm
in
gonna try
London.
though.
I was recording a music video in London with
Oh
a
yeah,
camera, a normal camera, just me and
mm,
one guy and the singer. And
yeah.
it was a normal camera, and we did also with some iPhone, and
Oh
it
okay,
was good. The result was good, because
yeah. I think I
independent
could pull off it. I think
musician,
I could pull off a decent one. Yeah,
the most important is the song. The song is ready. That's the
yeah,
most
yeah. Hmm.
and also the results. If you can pass the idea about the context and then the story and then
Yeah.
the end, because
Hmm.
it's
Very true. Very true.
this kind of music is easy to interpret as well. Don't
Yeah.
keep waiting for some like a big
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
team,
the
big
direct
investment. Don't
big
do it.
director to come along. I'll make your video. It's like, yeah, that's never gonna happen.
Be the director. You can
Yeah.
do that.
Yes. Yes.
That's amazing, man. I just loved it. And I can
Thank
see
you.
you
Thank you.
have other songs here. Can we just play
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Anyone that you feel that's like the best one to give some
So
attention to?
Belladonna is what started it all for me. That's because it's an original, and I had my friend Paul Merrill Jr. write the lyrics for me. I'm not a lyricist, so I'm always reaching out and I always work with lyricists. I do write my own lyrics every now and then for a song like Warmonger, which is on there. I wrote those lyrics, but they took me like 3 months to write, and they're not the greatest lyrics, but they kind of tell a story about people who are obsessed with war, like guys like that start war, like guys like Putin and stuff is obviously a warmonger, and that's kind of what I wrote the song about. And it's very Iron Maiden inspired. So, I wanted to pay tribute to my heroes like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, bands like that when I wrote that song.
Oh, so
Belladonna,
Belladonna is more like
and
hard rock.
no, that's what Warmonger is. And then Belladonna is more along the lines of Bauhaus, maybe London Suede a little bit in there.
Okay, all right. I was talking about your portfolio, and
Yeah,
I can see you have different music genres, not only like hard rock, or not
yeah,
only hardcore, or not only punk
yeah,
rock. You are mixing different genres, and I like it.
yeah,
So your your recommendation for now is Belladonna, you said,
yeah,
right?
Belladonna. And I think that kind
First,
of falls.
Call Me, that we were listening
Yeah,
minutes ago, and then Belladonna. For those watching, just go to his portfolio and explore all of them. But
yeah.
as a reference, Call Me first and then Belladonna. Let's go. Let's see how Belladonna is, because I'm curious about it.
Okay.
You said it's a little bit different. This one, right?
Yeah, and it was the first song I recorded from the pandemic when I got back into music and decided to put music out. This was my
Well,
first.
let's see then.
This was the experiment, if you will.
This is anthemic.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. I
Thank
just
you, thank
love
you,
it. Man,
thank you. And
really good.
that song is about a flower. I
Oh,
didn't
oh,
know
oh, oh, oh,
it.
I need to stop it. Okay, all right, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm back. So,
Yeah. So
what?
the song is about a flower, the nightshade, the belladonna, which is the nightshade flower, and which is it's so beautiful yet it's very deadly. And I didn't know that when I was singing it because, like I said, my friend Paul Merrill wrote the lyrics. I got this really cool gothic sounding, melody going on. I need some lyrics, and so he just shot me those. And when I'm singing, I thought I was singing about an enchantress to, maybe she was seducing her different men, like a black widow in a sense. That's what I kind of thought I was singing about. And then he told me like, no, it's about the flower, the nightshade flower. Like, oh yeah, damn, okay, now it makes sense.
All right,
One,
okay,
yeah.
that's
So
interesting.
so I thought so it was kind of fun for me to, and I like surprising myself. I like the not knowing everything going in. I like to that way when I'm done, I'm like, wow, that's new to me, and I kind of get a
like
good feeling.
full of surprises.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if
I
I can
like it.
surprise myself, then I'm hoping I can surprise other people as well.
I like
So,
it too. So
thank you.
again, where we can find you, because every time we are listening to some songs and people say, "Oh,
Yeah.
I like it," where we can find you?
So Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you stream music, I would imagine, like Pandora. I know a lot of people listen on Pandora. Deezer, Tidal is a Tidal, which I have a few streaming services myself. I just have iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, and I have so many subscriptions. It's just like there's a streaming subscription for everything now. It's like I probably spend $300 a month on that stuff.
Right.
It's
So
like,
it's Air Key, right? Air
yeah, yeah.
IK.
So AIR-IK, Eric. You can say it like Eric or Eric, however, back when we created stage names in Will O Wisp and my drummer was Tony, but he would spell it TOE-KNEE, like toe knee, like the body parts, I guess, so
All right, Tony. All right, makes sense. That's
yeah.
interesting. I like it.
Yeah, because everyone else,
For
yeah,
branding, good because there is nobody with the same name.
yeah, exactly. And everybody was like, they all had the same stage names, like Punky or Blackie or something. But we're like, no, let's just take our names and make words out of it, Like,
Okay, we have Air Key now.
yeah,
So, I have another question, and this is about family. How it
yeah,
was to be a rocker and be in Bollywood and like playing around the world, and then
yeah.
you decide to have family to develop this side too, or you are just rock and roll forever?
Pretty much rock and roll forever. I don't have any kids. Shockingly, I'm 54, and I was on the Sunset Strip, kind of being a Hollywood whore when I first got to Hollywood. I'm shocked that I never got any girls pregnant. But unless there's going to be a knock on the door, hey, I'm your son. It's like, but that hasn't happened yet.
Okay, okay, you have a son here in
Yeah,
England.
yeah.
Hello.
Me and my girlfriend, we've been together 13 years, and we tried a few times, but this wasn't happening. I feel like I'm at the point where I'm 54. If I have any kids, I wouldn't mind adopting one if I'm in that right position.
Oh,
I
that's so
wouldn't want to.
nice. I
Yeah, I
like it.
would like because my dad was adopted, so I kind of think sometimes I think maybe that's in my cards. Maybe I'm supposed to adopt, because my dad was adopted, and as far as my other family, like I don't really have a whole lot left. My mom passed away, my grandmother's passed away, my aunt passed away. I think my cousin is the only one I really have in the family. Other than that, and a couple
You
of
have
aunts
a
that are.
brother here just coming to
Yeah,
England when you
yeah,
want.
yeah, and yeah.
I'm
You
here,
too.
brother.
You're my brother. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, and then I got my brother, which in my actual brother, my biological brother, he's living in Vegas now. Him and I are, like I said, are closer than we've ever been. Like I said, doing the podcast together
What's
every
his
week.
name?
His name is Glenn Lee Allen Davis.
Glenn, come back,
Yeah,
Glenn. We
yeah.
need you, Glenn.
Uh-huh.
Come
Oh,
back.
and he does music too. He's got a KOF and KOF and Underground, and that's on Spotify. And I sing a couple of songs on his music, and that's very gothic, Depeche Mode sounding music. And I had fun working with him on those tracks. Where I got to write my own vocal melody. He wrote the lyrics and the music, and then I would write my own vocal melody.
Okay.
I always feel that's important. If you're gonna sing the song, you got to write your own melody. So
In your case, you like to mix your portfolio a little bit because this one is more
yeah,
romantic and
yeah,
the other one is more like hardcore, let's say like this.
yeah.
So you
Mm-hmm.
have both styles on your portfolio.
Yeah. And there's always there's so many music genres now. When I think about it, like when you're submitting your music to like say someone like Submit Hub or somebody or whatever, they want you to choose your genre. But it's like I'm thinking like, God dang, there's like a zillion different genres for metal. Like there's Dingen, there's like a bunch of stuff I'd never heard of. Me, I just want people to, if people listen to my music, I want them to be able to call it what they think it sounds like. You know what? Because music is subjective. Like I might think it sounds like gothic, but someone else might think it sounds like alternative. I
Oh
might
yeah,
think it sounds
but
like, you know what
why
I
I'm saying
mean?
that? Why I'm saying that? Because today
Mm.
everything is digital. The
Yeah,
algorithm, it needs that
it,
information
it
to
it needs it,
classify
right?
your music. That's
Yep.
why I'm asking about this. Because
Yeah.
you put any hashtags or any categorization on platforms to send to the, because I have a platform, so I know how it works.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
send to the streaming services and everything is pop. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
this is becoming difficult to to put the songs
Yeah.
on the right playlists, because playlists
Uh,
are made separated by music genres, right? So
exactly. Yeah.
when we need to do something like rock and pop rock and everything's pop, and we cannot put send everything as rock
Yeah.
only. There is
Exactly.
something
That's
like
why.
rock or anything
Yeah.
rock, pop
That's why
rock,
when I was
indie
doing
rock.
call, yeah, exactly. When I was doing Call Me, the cover, like after I was done with it, I kind of felt like this doesn't really sound too rockish. It sounds more like it could be more on the alternative pop sound, just because it is a little bit different than what I would have normally done. Obviously the song itself, the original song is more of a disco sounding song, I guess you could say, or because it was obviously
Oh,
created
yeah,
during the disco
this
era.
one we could say rock pop then.
Yeah, rock pop, I would imagine, because
All
it's
right, all right.
definitely it's definitely not metal. I took, like I said, metal would be. I could have went a metal direction with it, but I was like, no, I'm going to go slow and gloomy with it, and you
But
know, uh,
I loved the guitar riffs, and
thanks, yeah,
also there is some percussion too, and this is good.
yeah, I did something strange to the guitars because I've wanted it really nasty and ugly sounding in the chorus. So I took my E and B string and I slightly took them out of tune a little bit, so that way when I attack the chord, it just got that kind of watery, wiggly, wacky sound. So that's what I was hearing in my head anyway. So
Well,
yeah,
man, I just loved the options you have, because
thank
exploring
you.
your portfolio, we will not just hear one kind of music, and I like it. And
Mm.
it's not to listen just for one. Not only Call Me. We can keep going on the playlist and also put your songs in our playlist.
Nice.
That's the thing, because then we can mix with any song we want for
Yep.
any occasion and do a playlist with many different of rock songs and your song
Hmm.
together.
Thank
That
you.
would be good. So for everyone listening to that now, go to Erky on Spotify and build your playlist with his songs. Do that.
Yes. Yes. Do that
Yeah,
now.
great.
Yeah.
So, do you have a message for those starting now? Because you have a lot of experience, many years
Yeah.
of experience, also in bands and also as a solo.
Yeah.
So, your message for those starting now.
I say just, learn your craft really well and enjoy what you do first and just take advantage of everything that's out there. Explore, listen, and take a look at people who are actually already doing it and follow that path, follow that lead. And then you'll find your own path as well, but find out how they did it and don't be afraid to ask questions, like, hey, how did you get on Spotify? Like, I get that question, like, how did you get on that Spotify? Especially old school guys. Like, I want to put my music out. It's like, well, here's how you do it. Don't be afraid to, because nothing can hold you back. If you love what you're doing, don't let anything hold you back. Don't let anybody tell you can't, because the people who tell you can't are the ones who already failed. And and the people that want to tear you down, they've already been torn down. So surround yourself with people who want to lift you up and actually want to take you under their wing or run with you, run this race with you, and finish that line with you. Because we're all running together, and there's a finish line. And we're all going to get there eventually.
That's it. That's it. And the most important is live your life the way you
Live
want,
your life.
how
Yeah,
how you love doing it, and you will attract everything that's good for you,
exactly.
because you are doing what you love.
Yeah, just be
That's the
kind to
thing.
each other. Be kind to
Exactly.
each other. That's
And
the
there
number
is
one.
a tip you can tell your friends too about this tip. There is a community here, mwg.biz, and this is
Yes,
exactly to teach people how to do these things. So,
nice,
and this
nice.
is also free. So tell them
Yeah, I
mwg.biz
will.
/casting. There is a community. You can use Facebook to go to that group,
Yeah.
and there
Yeah.
is more than 20 guides how to use Spotify, how to send your songs to playlists, how to send your songs to many different music stores,
Nice.
how to use like Bandcamp and even platforms to make short URLs when you want to
Yeah.
put a Spotify link and it's
Yeah.
too big, you make
Yeah.
it
It's all
shorter. So there
make
is
it
a lot
shorter.
of tricks, and there is 23 guides on that community. How to
Nice.
build an organic audience for independent musicians.
Hell
That's
yeah. I'm gonna be telling all my friends on Facebook about that too. About
great. Do it.
yeah. So
Thanks
that
for
way,
that.
and I'll join the group. So you have an actual Facebook group for that as well.
Yeah, this is it's easy if you go to mw3.b.
Biz.
You can find it, or vip.mw3.biz.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Just
definitely.
vip.mw3.biz. All right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Great. So thank you very much, Eric, for this time with us, for this interview. As I said,
thank
I
you.
love when I have people that are reference for what we are trying to do nowadays, because we are all
Yeah,
learning, and you have
exactly.
a lot of things to teach us, because you are part of that transitions from
Yeah.
analogic to digital, and you know
hmm
everything we need to know.
Yeah, and
So
I'm still learning as well. Like
but you know about the
Yeah,
experience you had. This is
yeah,
valid.
yeah.
This is really valid,
Thank
because
you,
today
thank
is
you.
all digital. We almost do an artistic career from inside our bedroom. We don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
many experience. You had
exactly.
experience, like,
Yeah, in the
around.
actual, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I always tell her back in my day when we had to cut and paste flyers in the copy machine, and all this stuff. It's like,
that's it exactly.
back in my day when you had to like send out packages to record labels, you don't have to do that now.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
You had to lick a lot of stamps back then,
Yeah, oh Jesus, yeah. So
And fan mail, yeah. If you had fan mail, you had to actually handwrite your fan back, with a fan letter instead of
did you do
texting.
that
Yeah,
for
yeah.
real?
We've got quite a bit of it back, and my drummer still has all that stuff. He's like, yeah, I got like 1,000, maybe a couple thousand letters or whatever from
That's
over the years, and
amazing, man.
and I think we're still getting stuff every now and then.
Today you have nothing. It's all like posts on social networks and message.
Yeah. Yeah,
TikTok.
what's funny is like Will O Wisp. We had two albums the one album we did on Full Moon Productions did pretty well, but I look at it now and people on Amazon are selling it for $200 or $300 for as a collector's item, and I'm thinking they're making more money on that record than I ever did.
That's it.
And I actually had to buy my own CD on Discogs, like, because I didn't have a copy of my own CD, so I was lucky to find a copy for like $20, and
Yeah,
so
it's like a
I had to,
really, so
yeah, so I had to buy my own music.
and you are a collector. You like to build
Yeah.
collections, so you can
Yeah. So I
do it.
like to have it in my collection.
That's a good idea. All
Yeah.
right, Eric, thank you very much. For all
Thank you.
those looking for Eric, just go to Spotify, YouTube,
Yep.
Facebook, all streaming services. Eric, just Air
IK dash IK.
All right.
AIR dash IK. And yes.
Air
Find me.
IK.
Find me or I'll find you. Right? Find me or I'll find you no matter what.
I found you already. I have all
You
your
found, yeah.
Right. So thank you very much, and see you next time. When you have a new release, just get in contact with us again.
Okay.
We have a new interview talking about the new release.
I would love to for Death Cryptopia for my next project or for my next release. I would love to get in contact with you guys.
If you have any friend that's a musician too, and you want to have a collective interview, we can do it like 3 or 4 people and talk together about how it is for the music industry today, how it was, the solutions for the current times, etc.
Yeah, that'd be a great topic.
Contact us and we are going to do that. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thank you, Will. All right.
Bye.
Peace out.